Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing some of my favorite feminine fragrances from my personal collection. So I am of course a bit limited with what I have to work with, but I pulled out all of the very best, and I think if you are in the market for something that is a bit more ladylike, a perfume that will just enhance the divine feminine energy, you will be very pleased with all of the perfumes we're going to talk about today, starting with Rose's Musk from Montal. I think this must have been the very first perfume that even came to mind when I started mentally putting together today's list. The top note is rose, middle notes are jasmine and rose, base notes are ambergris and musk. It smells exactly how it sounds, pure, delicate roses with a touch of musk at the end. I know rose can be somewhat polarizing. Some people think it smells dated, but I think even people who typically don't like rose could love Rose's Musk. Not only is this by far one of the most feminine perfumes in my collection, I think it is one of the most sophisticated. Oh, it's so pretty. There's a little sweetness initially, but then you just get rose. It is as if you are walking through a rose garden. It is so beautiful. As it dries down, you get more and more of the musk, which gives it more of this sensuality. I do think you could wear this every single day. I think Rose's Musk would be a beautiful signature scent, but it also works for date night and evenings as well because it has the musk. I just think rose is one of the most feminine notes you can smell in a fragrance. Rose is known as the queen of flowers. Well, I think Rose's Musk is the queen of all rose perfumes. It is just the best in my opinion. It is so nice. If you love rose, you will absolutely love this. This next perfume also immediately came to mind. It had to make the list. This is Delina from Parfums de Marly, the original Delina, which was inspired by the duality of femininity in the modern woman. So of course it's going to be feminine. It's a little bit sweet, a little bit spicy, so it's kind of the perfect mix. Key notes include bergamot, lychee, rhubarb, and nutmeg, Turkish rose, vetiver, incense, and cedarwood. Base notes are vanilla, musk, and cashmere. This bottle design is very beautiful. It also suits the fragrance perfectly. It's hard to beat the original Delina. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. The rhubarb and lychee, it's kind of fruity floral, but they're fruity notes that you don't typically find, so it smells very unique. It kind of awakens the senses and you kind of search, what is that? What am I smelling? Definitely pick up on the lychee. And then it opens up, you get the Turkish rose, the cedarwood incense. It gives it that spiciness, a little earthiness to pair with the sweetness. And then the vanilla, the cashmere, and it has such a beautiful smooth finish. It's very elegant. I always say Delina would make a perfect bridal fragrance. It's a great weekend, date night, special occasion perfume. But it is undoubtedly feminine. It's a little bit sweet, a little bit spicy, a little bit floral, and a little bit creamy vanilla at the end. It's sort of the perfect harmony. It kind of touches all of the pillars of femininity, and it comes together to create this incredible perfume. You wear Delina when you're trying to channel your inner goddess. Another one of my favorite feminine perfumes from Parfums de Marly is Cassily, and this one comes in a close second. I always save Delina for weekends, date night, special occasions, but Cassily is my go-to daytime perfume. I included it in my signature scent video because I truly believe this is one of the most beautiful fragrances you can wear every single day. Keynotes include red currant, Bulgarian rose, transparent white flowers, a plum accord, mimosa absolute, plumeria, petalia. Base notes are sandalwood, tonka bean, and vanilla pod. So pretty. And it is so different from Delina, but it's almost as if they used the same formula. Interesting fruits, beautiful flowers, some rose, and then end with a little vanilla, little creaminess. This one has the sandalwood, of course, but it also has tonka bean, which makes your mouth physically start to water. I get that whenever I smell this perfume. But it's also just so happy. It's a very uplifting fragrance. Whenever I wear this, it lasts on me all day long. But I like to do a little perfume check throughout the day because it just makes me smile. It doesn't have the spiciness of Delina. It's more smooth all the way through. Just delicate, beautiful, such a pretty fragrance. And while I think it does lean spring-summer, I think if you wanted to adopt this as your signature scent, you could get away with it in fall-winter because the sandalwood and vanilla. Yes, it's smooth and creamy, but it also gives it a hint of warmth, a touch of sensuality. I still think this is a daytime perfume. You could probably wear this just about anywhere and you will smell lovely, divine, delicious. People will just want to eat you up. If anyone is interested, I do currently have a coupon code with Parfum de Marly for a gift with purchase. So if you pick up a fragrance between now and May 10th, it's the day after Mother's Day, and you enter the code ERINNICOLE at checkout, you will receive a deluxe mini sample of the Delina shower gel. This is their new ancillary. You will also receive the Delina Discovery Set. Inside, you get a card that tells you all about the fragrances, and then you get a Delina exclusive, Delina, and Delina Le Rose sample. It's a nice little bonus. We wanted to do something again for Mother's Day, so I will make sure I leave all of the information down in the description box. Next, we have Elixir pour Femme. This is from Roja Parfums. This was included in my favorite new spring fragrances video, and I cannot stop wearing it. This has become one of my go-to favorite fragrances in my entire collection. I consider this to be my princess perfume because it is just so dainty and so feminine. It's unique enough to stand out from the crowd, but it's not so robust, so intense or spicy that it feels exclusive to evenings and date night. So I think this is kind of the perfect daytime scent. So pretty. I just love everything about it. The bottle, the mister, every single detail is perfection. Oh, got some in my mouth. I hate when that happens. Don't want to taste it, just smell it. Oh, but it is so nice. The top note is bergamot, so you have that fresh, zesty citrus burst right away. And then the middle notes are rose de mai, raspberry, peach, violet, heliotrope, geranium, lily of the valley, and jasmine. So you have a lot of fresh florals in there, fruity notes like peach and raspberry, which gives it a hint of sweetness, but that is such an incredible combination. Together, it smells amazing. And then it has musk, cashmere wood, vanilla, sandalwood, cedar, and cinnamon in the base. This was a love at first sniff for me, which doesn't happen that often because I now have built up quite a collection and I'm so used to smelling different fragrances. It's not that I've smelled it all, but I've smelled quite a bit. It takes a lot to really wow me. The first time I smelled Elixir, I just knew, yes, I want this. This perfume is so me. It just spoke to me right away, and I think I probably immediately saw myself wearing this every single day. That type of connection. And it is sort of delicate and feminine because you have the fruity notes and the floral notes. And it just smells heavenly, just a heavenly perfume that will stand out. Next on my list is an older favorite from Maison Kerjean. It's Gentle Fluidity Gold. This is the feminine interpretation of the Gentle Fluidity Silver. They both launched at the same time, and it's such an interesting concept because they used the same notes but in different concentrations, almost an inverted pyramid, to create two completely different fragrances. Gentle Fluidity Silver has a lot of juniper berry. It smells almost like a gin and tonic. It's very fresh, almost minty fresh, like you were dropped in the middle of a pine tree forest. But it's very nice. It's not for me because it does come off a bit more masculine, whereas Gentle Fluidity Gold is far more feminine. You could mix and match, you could wear one or the other. So it's a really fun play on gender fluidity. I was lucky enough to attend a masterclass with Francis Kerjean. He even signed my bottle. I'm so disappointed in myself. I see finger smudges right there. I don't want to touch it or rub it because slowly but surely the little signature is fading. But Gender Fluidity Gold is another one that just speaks to my soul every time I smell this. Keynotes include juniper berry, nutmeg, coriander, musk, ambery woods, and vanilla. This is a yummy, very delicious, sweet gourmand fragrance. I often describe it as walking into a really posh bakery and people say, no, that doesn't sound very classy, that doesn't sound elegant, but it is. Because it's sweet and you get vanilla and the spices, and it truly does smell the way you would want a dessert to taste in your mouth. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's in the vanilla that they used in this particular fragrance, but it is so elegant, very sophisticated. It smells very rich. Like all of the ingredients you would use to create a dessert, but you bought them at Whole Foods versus Publix. While it is one of my favorites, I haven't grabbed for this in a while. Mainly because I consider this to be more of a fall winter fragrance because it is so warm. It sort of exudes this feminine sensuality. I think this leans more fall winter. It's a nice cozy fragrance. Kind of snuggle up on the couch, close to someone you love. Not something I would necessarily choose to wear here in hot, very humid Miami. It might be a little bit too much. Created by the same master perfumer but for a different fragrance house is Burberry Herr. This was also created by Francis Kerjean, except for Burberry. One of the most beautiful smelling fragrances that you can pick up at just about any department store. And it doesn't have that niche fragrance house, uber luxury price tag either. This perfume always draws a lot of compliments, and a lot of people compare it to Baccarat Rouge 540, and they do have some similarities. They have their differences as well. Baccarat does not make the list because it is technically unisex, while Burberry Herr leans a bit more to the feminine side. It is, of course, called Burberry Herr after all. The top notes include black currant, blueberry, and raspberry. The heart notes include jasmine accord and a violet accord. It has musk and dry amber in the base. Needless to say, Francis Kerjean knows what he's doing when it comes to creating fragrance, and who knows, maybe there are a lot of similar notes between Burberry Herr and Baccarat Rouge 540. It could be a whole gentle fluidity gold silver situation and we wouldn't know it. I know there's a lot of math, a lot of chemistry involved. He probably tweaked the formula a little bit, kept all of the good things, the addictive qualities from Baccarat, and then changed it up just a bit so that it could be a different fragrance. In Burberry Herr, I definitely pick up on a lot of those darker berries right off the top that you don't get at all in Baccarat Rouge 540. So I think they are very different. They are both incredibly beautiful. And if you like the idea of Baccarat but you don't want to shell out that type of cash, Burberry Herr is an incredible option. It's a great alternative to Baccarat. Another more affordable option on the list is Valentino Voce Viva. This is the 3.4 ounce bottle, I believe, but they also have a 1 ounce that retails for just $75. And that is pretty reasonable. I know all fragrance is now so expensive, but at least it's not that niche $300-$400 price range. And it just launched towards the end of 2020, so it's not played out. I don't think you're going to smell this everywhere. Not everybody is wearing this perfume. And it's one of the prettiest, softest, very feminine skin scents that I've ever smelled. It falls into the warm floral category. It has key notes of Italian bergamot, orange blossom absolute, gardenia, crystal moss accord, and vanilla. Completely unrelated, but I also really like the design of the bottle. It has the inverted rock studs on either side, so it's easy to hold. It's very functional, but very on brand. It's very Valentino, which in my opinion is a more classic, sophisticated brand. Now, because it is a skin scent, it's going to sit a bit closer, so this doesn't have a ton of projection. People aren't going to smell you from across the room. But it's more of an intimate fragrance. Somebody has to be a little bit closer to you. It's more personal. It has a transparent quality to it, sparkling right off the top, but then it just kind of hovers over the skin like a light veil. It's never too heavy or intense. Just soft, pretty, very elegant. I think Voce Viva is a very classy perfume. Now, I remember when I first reviewed this, I heard feedback from other people who said, it's nice, but it doesn't stand out. They don't understand why I would like it. Is it the most outrageous, interesting, unique perfume out there? No, it's not. But not everybody wants that wow factor. You know, you don't always want somebody to say, that smells interesting. That's not always the goal. That's not always the reaction you're looking for. Sometimes you just want to smell pretty. I think you could wear this during the day. You could wear this to the office because it's a bit lighter. You could wear it for an evening, for a date night, a more intimate occasion. You could also wear this perfume to meet the parents type of situation. You know, it's classy. It's always appropriate, it's never offensive, and you know you smell good. Penhaligon's The Favorite is the quintessential feminine perfume. I think it is potentially the most feminine fragrance in my entire collection, so of course it had to make today's list. I was trying to avoid too much overlap between today's video and my recent spring fragrance video. Spring, summer, any time of year, this perfume is so soft and floral, it just exudes feminine energy. Keynotes include violet, mandarin orange and freesia, mimosa, iris, jasmine, sambac. Base notes are musk, ambroxan, and sandalwood. It's such a breath of fresh air. It smells like a breath of fresh flowers, as if you were just walking through a field. It's not too sweet. It's not fruity at all. It is just floral, fresh, and pretty. A touch powdery. It's not really powdery, intense powdery, but there's a little softness in there. And then the musk and sandalwood, it just has the perfect dry down. It's very classic, very timeless, a bit conservative because it's a bit simple and minimal. There's nothing that really stands out and goes, wow, grabs your attention. It's a very elegant perfume. If you're someone who just likes to smell like a fresh bouquet of flowers and that's it, that's all you ask, just a simple request, I think you will love The Favorite. The name kind of says it all, and then of course you look at this bottle. Tell me that is not one of the most feminine perfume bottles you've ever seen. It's just so pretty to display. Gorgeous. Number 9 is Creed Love in White, and here I have Love in White for Summer, which is almost the fresh Miami remix of the original Love in White. I love both of them. They're interchangeable on this list. I also think they would be perfect for brides as well. If you were getting married this spring or summer, you could wear Love in White for Summer, definitely. Keynotes include Bulgarian Rose, Bergamot, Sweet Magnolia, Florentine Iris, Virginian Cedarwood, Ambergris, Sandalwood, Apple, and Jasmine. It's so fresh, floral, almost intoxicating. Very pretty. And it immediately kind of transports you to the vacation. I always think of going somewhere very tropical but luxurious. And as much as I love the original, I almost prefer Love in White for Summer because it's a little bit less serious. Not that Love in White is very serious, but I think it is so floral. It's a bit more intense. It's a very sophisticated perfume, but this is a bit more of a laid-back mood. It's the perfect season for Love in White for Summer. Just makes me think of beachy outfits, beachy dresses, long flowy skirts, maxi dresses, that sort of thing. And then last but certainly not least is Coco Mademoiselle from Chanel. This is the Low Privé version because this is the softer, more delicate interpretation of the original. So it's so perfect for this. Fine mist. It is so pretty. The Low Privé was created to be a bedtime perfume, or bedroom perfume. I think it is very versatile. You could wear this daytime, you could wear this anywhere. Because it's a little bit lighter, somebody has to be a bit closer to really pick up on it. But this new interpretation, it's not just a diluted version of the original Coco Mademoiselle. They tweaked the fragrance, and I think there is something that is a bit more feminine about it. It's less spicy, you get less patchouli, it's not as harsh. Something a bit lighter has its benefits, especially as we get into the hotter months. It's already so hot here, but depending on where you live, if it gets really hot, you don't always want to wear something that's dark and heavy because it can just turn on you within a few hours and then you have a migraine. And there's something nice about a perfume that is so light, it's almost indetectable. It creates a bit of mystery. And with this, the Low Privé, the mister is so fine. You can kind of spray it all over the place and then you're never going to smell too much. You give off a whiff of a little something and it almost draws people in, draws people closer to you because they want to smell even more. They want to smell what you are wearing. and I think it is very feminine, more feminine than the original. And that completes my list of favorite feminine perfumes in my personal collection. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Leave me your comments, questions down below. Now it is your turn. I want to hear from you guys. What are your favorite feminine fragrances? Let me know down in the comment section. As always, I will be linking everything mentioned, everything on my face will be down in the description box for your convenience. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.